You've got guys training 6 days a week like it's their second job. They go on Instagram posting selfies, no days off, embrace the grind. Cool. Then that one guy trains 3 days a week, 5 exercises total. Takes time to rest between sets, leaner and even stronger every month. The difference? They do everything. The other guy is lazy, or he really just knows what to ignore. Exactly why doing less is actually more disciplined. Train 2 to 3 times a week. Training a muscle 2 to 3 times per week is the sweet spot for growth. Your body gets enough stimulus and enough recovery. Research backs this up. After that, your muscles only care about total weekly sets. 12 sets is 12 sets, whether you do them over 3 days or 6. So, the guy training every day thinks more has to be better, but you show up 3 times a week, hit everything, recover properly, never burn out. Most people look at this and think they're better. Call it lazy, but it's actually disciplined. Training every day with no recovery plan. That's undisciplined. Easy to lose motivation when training feels like another meeting you can't skip. That's the difference. Focus on compound movements. Compound movements hit multiple muscle groups at once. Pull-ups work your lats, biceps, forearms, and core. Dips hit your chest, triceps, and shoulders. Squats blast your quads, glutes, hamstrings, and core. One exercise, multiple muscles. Efficient, research shows compoundly programs build as much muscle as adding isolation work. It means doing 4 to 6 core movements. Pull-ups, push-ups, dips, squats, rows. Done. Variations are for progression, not variety. Pick 1 or 2 that match your level. Get stronger. Don't do 15 variations in one session because you saw it on YouTube. That's not smart thinking disguised as hard work. Rest 3 to 5 minutes between sets. You see guys at the park timing their rest periods. Can't catch their breath, sweating through their shirt after 3 sets. But you walking around looking chill as hell. That's because you're resting 3 to 5 minutes per set. That's lazy smart. Longer rest equals more muscle, more strength. Actually recovered before the next set means you lift heavier and progress faster. Meanwhile, that guy rushing his sets, just tired, calling it intensity. Do 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week? Volume. Everyone's obsessed with it. You'll see guys doing 5 sets of pull-ups, 5 sets of chin-ups, 3 sets of rows. Do that 2 to 3 times per week. That's 30 plus sets for back alone. Too much. 10 to 20 sets per muscle group per week is optimal. Beyond that, diminishing returns. If you're training a muscle 2 to 3 times per week, that's 4 to 8 hard sets per session. Each set, 5 to 15 reps, close to failure. That's it. More than that, you're just tired but not growing faster. Walk daily. Cardio. Everyone's doing HIIT like suffering is the goal. One guy's doing sprint intervals, jump squats, burpees, gasping for air like he's drowning, but you just walking, getting your steps in, never completely wrecked. HIIT isn't better for fat loss than moderate cardio. HIIT cranks your stress hormones and makes you hungry afterwards. The intensity burns people out. They're dreading the next session before it even happens. But walking, you can do it every day without the mental tax. Walk at a pace where you can talk but not hold a full conversation. That's enough. Daily movement can swing calorie burn by thousands over a week. So, walk daily and get results without burning out. Looks lazy, but it works. Sleep 7 to 8 hours. You've got guys obsessing over pre-workout timing, post-workout shakes, macro splits down to the gram, tracking everything except the one thing that actually matters most, sleep. Your muscles don't grow in the gym, they grow when you sleep. So, when you're up at 2 a.m. doom scrolling through Instagram, your body's just sitting there like, are we gonna build muscle? Or what? Sleep like trash and your body goes into damage control. Less muscle, more stress, lower testosterone. The guy's training 6 days but sleeping like crap. Half the results, twice the burnout risk. So, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Non-negotiable. It's the laziest way to build muscle, and it works better than any supplement you'll ever buy. And if you're actually committing to this, do less. Get more approach. Most people nail the training and completely skip the part where their body actually does the work. Your eyelids aren't blackout curtains. Light still gets through, your brain stays half alert, and you wake up like you slept 4 hours. Thanks to this video sponsor, Mantis Sleep. It's the only sleep mask people keep saying is actually 100% blackout. The eye cups sit over your eyes, not on them, so there's no goggle pressure. It actually stays on even if you're having nightmares about your workout routine. Your muscles grow at 2 a.m. when you're knocked out. Don't spend an hour optimizing your program and then sleep like garbage. Use code YELLOW for 10% off. Links in the description. So, which approach actually requires more discipline? Approach A. Force yourself to train 6 days a week. Eat in a way you hate. Do cardio that destroys you. Keep adding more because you think more is better. Burnout in 3 months. Approach B. Train 3 days a week for years. Eat simply. Walk daily. Do 10 to 20 sets and stop even when your ego wants more. Most people pick A because it feels harder in the moment, but B requires way more discipline long-term. You have to resist adding more when others are grinding. Ignore your ego. Look to people. And here's the part nobody wants to hear. The do less approach only works if you actually do the right less. You don't get to train 3 days a week and scroll your phone between sets for 10 minutes, half rep everything, and call it minimalism. You still have to show up. You still have to push close to failure. You still have to progress. The discipline isn't in doing more. It's in doing the boring basics perfectly for a long time. Progression is the whole game. If your pull-ups look the same as they did 3 months ago, your program doesn't matter. Add reps, add weight, slow the tempo, clean up the form, make it harder in some measurable way. Write it down. Most people don't track anything, then wonder why nothing changes. You don't need a fancy app. A notebook works. Last week, 8 this week, 9, 8, 7. That's progress. That's muscle. That's strength. And stop changing your routine every 2 weeks. The body adapts to consistent stress, not chaos. You don't need a new stimulus every Monday. You need the same movements, done a little better, a little stronger, over months. Boring works. Sexy doesn't. The guys hopping programs are entertained, not built. Nutrition is the same story. People either overcomplicate it or ignore it completely. You don't need 12 supplements and a spreadsheet. You need enough protein, enough calories, and mostly real food. Eat like an adult. Meat, eggs, dairy, rice, potatoes, fruit, vegetables. If you're trying to build muscle, eat a little more than you burn. If you're trying to lose fat, eat a little less. That's it. No magic, no detox, no secret hack. Consistency beats clever every time. Protein matters, but you don't need to live on shakes. Get it from food first. Aim for a solid amount every day. Spread across meals. Not perfect, just consistent. And stop turning food into a moral issue. It's not good or bad. It's just fuel. You don't juck at extra points for suffering. And here's another uncomfortable truth. Your timeline is probably wrong. You want in 6 weeks what takes 6 months. You want in 1 year what takes 3. The people who actually look impressive didn't find a shortcut. They just didn't quit. They trained 3 days a week. They walked, they slept, they ate reasonably well. They did it again and again and again. For years. That's the real filter. Not motivation, not intensity, time. Most people can go hard for a month, very few can go smart for 5 years. And that's why the simple plan works. It removes the drama. No emotional roller coaster, no all-in phase followed by a crash. Just a boring, repeatable system you can run on your worst week, not just your best week. Miss a day? You don't spiral. You go back to the plan, feel tired, you still show up, do the work, go home, progress slows, you adjust one variable, not your entire identity. This is what discipline actually looks like. Quiet, unsexy, unimpressive on Instagram, but unstoppable over time. So yeah, keep doing less, fewer workouts, fewer exercises, fewer decisions, more recovery, more consistency, more years in the game, because the goal isn't to look like you train hard for 3 months. The goal is to look like you've been training smart for 10 years. And that only happens when you stop trying to win every week and start trying to win every year. And let's talk about ego. Because ego is the thing that ruins more programs than bad genetics ever will. Ego is why people add extra sets they don't need. Ego is why they turn every workout into a death match. Ego is why they refuse to deload, refuse to rest, refuse to admit they're tired. They don't want progress, they want to feel tough. And those two are not the same. Real progress is quiet. It looks like leaving the gym when you still could have done more. It looks like stopping at 8 good sets instead of forcing 12 sloppy ones. It looks like choosing to walk home instead of smashing yourself with another finisher. Your ego hates that. Your body loves it. You don't get stronger from proving how destroyed you are. You get stronger from stacking good sessions on top of each other without breaking the chain. Stop trying to impress the calendar. Start trying to impress your future self. Because in the end, the best program isn't the one that looks the hardest. It's the one you can still be doing when motivation is gone. Life is busy and nobody is watching. That's the program that actually changes who don't understand. That's discipline. Doing only what works, nothing more.